the Titans have stepped up their work for Derrick Henry. When Tennessee squares off against the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC playoffs on Saturday, the Titans might have Derrick Henry in the backfield again. The former Alabama All-American hasn't played since October 31st because of a foot injury. He has spent 11 weeks on injured reserve, but has been practicing since January 5th, when Tennessee designated him for return from IR. More NFL Times second-round schedule set for NFL playoffs. Times Eagles QB Jalen Hurts, my third year starts tomorrow. Times Patriots QB Mac Jones looking ahead after season-ending loss. The Titans are 2 weeks into the 3-week window to restore Henry to the active roster, which would make him eligible to play again. Although Henry has practiced with his teammates for 2 weeks, Tennessee coach Mike Vrabel said Tuesday's workout would provide a good gauge on the running back's progress. "We'll be in pads today," Vrabel said on Tuesday. "I think that's a good step. We'll have to have some contract. It's been a while since he's had contact. We're going to have to do these things that will come close to replicating what's going to be asked of him in a football game, so we'll have a week of work, see how he feels and make a decision." When asked how Henry's foot had responded to his practice work so far, Vrabel said, "Well, fine." The NFL rushing champion for the 2019 and 2020 seasons, Henry led the league with 937 yards and 10 touchdowns on 219 carries 8 games into the 2021 campaign. Tennessee had a 6-2 record when Henry went to the sidelines, but the Titans went 6-3 with Henry out of the lineup as they earned the number 1 seed in the AFC playoffs and the accompanying first-round bye and home field advantage. In addition to Henry's absence, Tennessee also played 4 games this season without wide receiver A.J. Brown and 7 without wide receiver Julio Jones. Brown had been a 1,000-yard receiver in each of the previous 2 seasons for the Titans. Tennessee traded for Jones, a 7-time Pro Bowler, during the offseason. Brown played in the final 3 games of the regular season, and Jones returned for the finale. Brown, Henry and Jones played together as full participants in 4 games, including victories over the Kansas City Chiefs and Buffalo Bills, the 2nd and 3rd seeds, respectively, in the AFC playoffs. In those 4 games, the Titans averaged 377.8 yards and 26.8 points as opposed to 331.6 yards and 24.0 points in the other 13 games. "I'm excited to have our guys back," Tennessee quarterback Ryan Tannehill said. "It's a little bit different when you have guys back and guys that you've played with a lot, so it's definitely a positive thing. But at the end of the day, you have to go make the plays and execute. Just because you have guys back, or maybe Derrick's coming back, just because he walks out there doesn't mean anything's going to happen. We have to go out and earn it and make the plays necessary to win the game." Cincinnati started the playoffs by beating the Las Vegas Raiders 26-19 on Saturday. The Bengals and Titans are scheduled to square off at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time Saturday at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. CBS will televise the game. For more of Vol.com's coverage of the NFL, go to our NFL page. Mark Anabanet is a sports reporter for Alabama Media Group. Follow him on Twitter at @AMarkG1.